Welcome, everybody. It is time to bind your blade to the Trekyards brand. I'm Captain Foley.
And that was great. I'm Conquerings. That's pretty good.
I did it. Today we're going to be talking about warrior Romulan nuns, or the Kuwat Malat, as they're called.
A new addition to the Romulan lore. Maybe a bit odd. Don't know. What was your reaction to these people and the idea of them in this?
I didn't mind them, to be honest. The fact that they go against everything that Romulan culture kind of does, because they're absolute candor is the name of the episode, and that's their mantra is absolute candor. They just say what they are feeling without filter of thought. They just tell you as it is. And Romulans are very secretive. They hold a lot of things back. So it goes against the main Romulan belief. But these guys, these nuns specifically, are the most feared enemy of the Tal Shiar. The best fighters that Picard knows of, which we've seen Tal Shiar death squads, and it's not much to fight against. So, I mean, hey.
Yeah, but Picard and two people could defeat them.
Exactly.
So, not a high bar, guys. Not a high bar.
Yeah. It should be pointed out, too, that they're all female. They're all nuns. So the young guy, Elnor, could not become one of them officially. So he could not really join the order as the warrior, even though he was trained as such. So I thought that was very interesting to have the whole female aspect. So, yeah.
Well, they were kind of like Amazonian, but as a nun.
Yeah, kind of a cross between Amazons and Shaolin monks, but not big women like Amazons are.
They play it as a really important thing, but in reality I think it's like one of those 10,000 sects of like 50 Romulans that are on a backwater planet. They just happen to believe in a thing. Like it's no great special thing. It's so small, it's just big in the story. Well, they're a refugee to this planet. Although they don't say if it's in Romulan or Federation space, because it wouldn't make sense if it was in Federation space, because why would you migrate Romulans into Federation space when you put them into Romulan space?
It's in the Beta Quadrant, which is where Romulan space was, so it's not Federation space, as far as I know.
Yeah, but those buildings were clearly more than 14 years old. I mean, the whole thing looked more, whatever. But I guess you could replicate or build quick. But it should have been a longer thing. But anyway, they were migrated there, we assume. Oh, but I guess, no, that makes sense. There must have been a pre-existing colony, because they show it 14 years ago and it was already fully established, so they must have moved them just to a colony. But there's not going to be thousands of them, you don't get that sense. And they talk about explicitly in the present part of the episode that they do their bit to guard the town and the world. So they're not
protect travelers, both Romulan and Terran alike.
So they're not even off this planet. I'm sure Romulans could come and get their services, but I mean, they're just this planet. So they're such a small mini sect. They're just this fringe group. And saying, they're sworn enemies of the Tal Shiar. It's like, well, the Tal Shiar are a multi-quadrant, super advanced spec group. Yes, they might hate you, but you're not, they haven't got a spaceship. They don't use disruptors as far as we can see. I mean, these guys are like, monks in Tibet that don't have any impact with society. So, lucky that Picard met them, because there's no reason he would have met them. They're so small and specific.
They do have their oath that they can pledge to someone, the Kulakan, whatever it's called, where if they find your cause worthy, or basically just a lost cause, if you're not going to win, they can bind their blade to you and they will protect you, help you, and it seems like suicide, because they...
It sounds fun when you say it, but as soon as you realize, like, oh, so their numbers diminish every year then.
Well, they don't take it on very often, because you can't hire them, remember. You have to basically tell your story, and if they find it worthy, they can choose to help you. Or one of them can to bind.
I'm assuming that 1 out of 20 come back, and therefore whoever comes back after a successful mission, they become like one of the elders, because, oh no, I would think. You didn't die. You're elder now, you did it. You might be 27, but you did it. So it's sort of we've got to give Picard an ultra specialist warrior, and I really wish they had been more technological, because sword is good in some situations, but not in most. And while he was able to cut two dudes, I mean, his move was great, but if it was a sniper, he'd be dead. You know what I mean? One guy, watch Mandalorian, and it's like they have a sniper battle. Like, they can't run it, they don't have anything hand to hand. So I wish he'd also had like sort of holsters, like we'd seen them with their tech blast, like the especially designed blaster, which is incredibly pinpoint efficient. They can do one blast every 5 minutes, but it's like it's a sniper rifle and a pistol. Like I wish they'd had more of a, not steampunk, but a combination vibe of tech and sword, because they feel incredibly ineffective with just the sword. So it feels. Well, I joked about that last week, and thank God we didn't get a lightsaber. But also, I do get the sense, and you call this out one-on-one explicitly, that the Three Musketeers, that the reason he has a sword is because he got Three Musketeers from Picard, and he taught him some fencing for a couple of days. So he's a sword lover. That's why he's got a sword. That's not a primary weapon.
Their primary weapons appear to be sticks or bow staff, because you see a rack with like bows on them. Yeah, but I mean, if he's selected sword specifically because of Picard, I can see them, being more, because even when he beams on the ship, Raffi says, "Oh, good, a boy with a stick." So she knows about the culture. So I just assume they all use bow staffs or some kind of stick weapon.
Well, it goes back to what I was saying a second ago of how they're not out of the planet. And why would you need a sword that can stab and kill everybody if you're not on the mission where the mission equals you oppose me, I kill you, which they explicitly say. If it's just keeping the peace, you're not going to kill everybody for stealing an apple, stab, slice, dead. So bow staff means they can use their big jumpy powers to punch in the face. That's an effective way of neutralizing people. A blaster is more effective, but also an energy source and blah blah blah. But how many civilians have a blaster? I mean, I don't know. Or the planet's now been sort of forcibly taken over by, in a sense, by a militia, by a warlord that's got these guard people who've got blasters. So you would think that just having a stick against your naturally negative foe. So I wish they'd been more thought out. But again, they're so niche. They're so small. He just wanted an assassin that hates Tal Shiar. And he knows they're good. That's it, really.
And speaking of, I'm glad that he didn't go there looking specifically for Elnor. That he was just going to get one of the nuns, because he assumed that he had moved on and found a suitable home. And it just turns out that this kid that has a great reverence for Picard actually is the one that chooses to take the quest. And it's cool because the nun herself even said, yes, he's going to die. Because Picard says, he could be in danger, he could die. She goes, yes, he will die at some point, but I'd really be happy if he would actually live. Because he's been stuck here with them, the only boy in this group. And ridiculed as the lady boy. I thought that was great. Ridiculed. Yeah, the sister boy, or whatever they called him. So I thought it was great the way it played out, actually. It felt very organic. He didn't go there specifically to get the boy, which I appreciated, because I thought that was exactly what he was doing.
I've trained him since I was young, just in case I become an old man who's a fighter.
And I know he's still there. Yeah, it didn't come off that way.
If you double down on that, obviously only Romans know about them in the sense of an Andorian's not going to, you might have heard stories, but to know them, So Picard knows them. I'm sure most Romans that want to ask for their services will want a girl, like 99.99% of people are. So if they offer him, we've got our one boy, and they're like, no, girl assassins, thanks. That's why I'm here. So Picard doesn't care, not cultural, is like, the lady's thinking, seriously, Picard, please, he's better off with you than he is here. He's done his training last spring, so he's just finished. Seriously, he's better with you. He'll have a life, he can do his own thing. That, I thought, made a lot more sense, and I kind of hope that he doesn't go into just being, not sycophant, but there's so much potential resentment for Picard. Although, I mean, how much did Picard know him? I mean, he probably met him like 3 or 4 times in his journeys. It's not as if, the kid hugged him, but it was he saved him from dying on a planet. I mean, you get a certain level of, oh, no, it's so nice of you for saving me. But it's not like he's his adopted son. He can't have been that close. I don't see Picard as, while being an admiral, spending that much time to go there and hang out. Every day you're not travelling back to Romulus to save people are dying. Your Verity can take 500 people, why aren't you? You know what I mean? So, saw him 4 times over a week. So hopefully the guy won't be that resentful from leaving. It's like, he only saw him 4 times, it wasn't that much. Just general resentment, and then build up a new relationship as a, older guy and older guy.
So, yeah, I mean, I like the aspect of the warrior lady nuns, the assassins. I think that's a cool addition to the Romulan culture. like we've learned a lot about Klingon culture, even Cardassian, Ferengi over the last couple series of Star Treks. So it's nice to actually get some insight into Romulan, as long as they keep it respectful and good. I kind of like this little glimpse in. Now the exact opposite of that is the Zot Vash, which we didn't need, but regardless, it's just kind of nice to get an inside look at Romulan culture.
And it's obviously such a nice thing because they're so small that they don't affect anything. Like, where were they during Nemesis? Just on a planet chilling out. What do you mean? Not nowhere. On their place, Because, I mean, the Tal Shiar, while a lot of people don't trust them, are a big, important thing. So these guys are going against the big, important thing. It's like going against the SEAL Team 6. It's like, no one's really against SEAL Team 6 in the US. But if you're anti-SEAL Team 6, you're like this convent of nuns. It's like, well, yeah, they're the weird ones. Is that sort of situation. Which is fine. It works just fine. So there you go, guys. Tune in for more videos on different topics of episodes of Picard, and go back and watch our previous episodes. We've got a lot done and ready, all to be watched anytime. Fun analysis, fun renders, fun side-by-sides, and our full episode reviews, which we do on new episodes on the Friday. We release a spoiler-free, a spoiler-filled, and scene by scene, shot by shot, sometimes reviews at 10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. Eastern. If you want to have the fullest review on the internet with a live chat which you can bounce off of, please join in those every single Friday.
That's right. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, put the comments down below, do all that stuff. You can even join the channel now. So there's a lot of cool features and a lot of great ways to help us out. Just check the description. There's links to PayPal and all that good stuff in there. And just click those links. There's a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, guys, until next time, I'm the warrior monk, Captain Foley.
I'm still Tal Shiar. I'm the Commander Cockings. Bye, guys.